Hey there. What would you say if I asked if you wanted to fast track your transition from employee to boss of your own business and your own life? Would you be interested? If you said yes, then listen closely, my friend, because what I'm about to let you in on can help you do just that. On Saturday, February 25th, 2023, I'm hosting a live virtual event where you'll learn actionable strategies that will bring you closer to the creative, financial, and lifestyle freedom that you want and deserve. Just imagine no more investing time in someone else's dream, no more work that leaves you empty and unfulfilled, no more cubicles, no more commutes to work, no more being underpaid and underappreciated. All of that can become a thing of the past. Everything I share with you during this event is a direct reflection of what I wish I'd known when I was first starting my business. You'll walk away with the momentum you need to leave your job in the dust and become the entrepreneur you know you are meant to be. Now, I'll be joined on center stage by two of my dear friends and biggest names in online business. My girl, Jasmine Starr, who's the queen of all things social media, and Jenna Kutcher, the best-selling author of How Are You Really and host of the top-ranked podcast, Gold Digger. And I even have a few secret guests that will be showing up. So if you're ready for freedom and fulfillment through entrepreneurship, then consider this your official invitation to the 2 weeks notice virtual experience. All you need to do is head over to 2weeksnoticebook.com to reserve your spot. But don't wait. Sign up now and you'll get access to these VIP bonuses. One, the full event replay so you can use it as a resource while building your new business. Two, an invite to a VIP only Q&A happy hour and an exclusive training, how to create and promote a workshop course in 10 days or less. If you're looking for a quick cash injection, you must get your hands on this exclusive training. So to secure your VIP seat, go to 2weeksnoticebook.com.
I probably worked 2 months out of the 12, or I will have worked 2 months out of the 12 by the end of the year. And what a blessing, what a privilege. It's something that I never even thought was possible, but I allowed myself to categorize my priorities at an early age and really put in the time and really put in the work and really put in the effort. But more than that, like play the long game. Every now and then I would take opportunities that maybe didn't make financial sense, but I knew I was building a relationship. I knew I was building the experience. I was building the portfolio that was required to get the actual position or the actual value that I was working towards.
I'm Amy Porterfield, ex-corporate girl turned CEO of a multi-seven-figure business. But it wasn't all that long ago that I lacked the confidence, the budget, and the time to focus on growing my small but mighty business. Fast forward past many failed attempts and lessons learned, and you'll see the business I have today. One that changes lives and gives me more freedom than I ever thought possible. One that used to only exist as a daydream. I created the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast to give you simple, actionable, step-by-step strategies to help you do the same. If you're an ambitious entrepreneur or one in the making who's looking to create a business that makes an impact and a life you love, you're in the right place, friend. Let's get started. All right, back to our usual Thursday episode. I hope you've been enjoying this week's week of gratitude and giving. And I've been having a blast with all of my friends. And I really do feel so grateful. I love to hear what they are all grateful for because it gives me a new perspective. Now, today you're going to hear from Atanmo, and you're going to hear what she's most grateful for. And be sure to stick around until the end to learn about today's gratitude challenge. So it's the final day to enter this special contest. And so again, you're going to get a full year of the Full Focus Planner. You're going to get a 6-month membership to Social Curator. You'll get a copy of my book, a signed copy, 2 weeks notice, plus all the bonuses that come with pre-ordering my book, including a VIP ticket to my virtual event early next year. You're going to get a membership to Growth Day. And to wrap this up in a big cozy hug, you're also going to get my very favorite blanket, Barefoot Dreams blanket. Listen, you can't be an entrepreneur without one. You're going to love it. You're going to thank me later if you've never had one. Let's talk about the MarTech podcast hosted by Benjamin Shapiro. This is a good one for us entrepreneurs who are always on the go because it has episodes you can listen to in under 30 minutes. And the MarTech podcast shares stories from world-class marketers who use technology to generate growth and achieve business and career success. So Benjamin is quickly becoming a go-to for diving deeper into understanding the technology that accompanies entrepreneurship. So he's got topics like social explosions opportunity for marketers, or the 6 pillars of IP, or how artificial intelligence is changing sales. And you'll be sure to walk away with a new concept every single time you listen. So head to your favorite audio platform to start listening to the MarTech podcast. So let's go ahead and hear from the lovely Glow.
Hey everyone, Glow Atanmo here. And for this episode in the week of gratitude and giving, I wanted to talk about creating time freedom as an entrepreneur, because essentially I looked at freedom in 3 categories. There's time freedom, there's financial freedom, and there's location freedom. So I was chasing these 3 different types of freedoms throughout my 21-year entrepreneurial career. The first one that really appealed to me was location freedom. I love the idea of being able to work from anywhere in the world. So I amassed 93 countries and 6 continents under my belt, getting paid to travel as a travel blogger. So for me, I got to taste freedom at a very physical level. The next one was financial freedom. So I was getting paid to travel, but I wasn't quite making what I wanted to make. And that's the thing about being an entrepreneur, is that you have to play the long game. A lot of times when we are chasing this dream job or dream career, dream lifestyle, we have our rates. We know exactly what we want to earn per year. We know where we want to live. We know the things that we want to afford. We're already thinking of our upgraded lifestyle, but have we put in the time to earn the amount that we're working towards? So I was willing to get my hands dirty and get on the ground and really build in the trenches. So as I built that location freedom, the financial freedom was probably the hardest spurt because it was the most time consuming and grueling, but I knew I was working towards that elusive time freedom. My goodness, time freedom is the most valuable of them all. And when I look at my year and kind of review how 2022 was for me, I probably worked 2 months out of the 12, or I will have worked 2 months out of the 12 by the end of the year. And what a blessing, what a privilege. It's something that I never even thought was possible, but I allowed myself to categorize my priorities at an early age and really put in the time and really put in the work and really put in the effort. But more than that, like play the long game. Every now and then I would take opportunities that maybe didn't make financial sense, but I knew I was building a relationship. I knew I was building the experience. I was building the portfolio that was required to get the actual position or the actual value that I was working towards. So oftentimes when you have that 5-10 year vision for what you want your future to look like, what you're building for your family, sometimes that instant gratification is the part that is going to ruin everything for you. Because if you try to get everything you want by next month, hey, you might get it. And then what? You lose motivation, you plateau, and then you spiral. And I want you all to consider, what if everything you ever desired came over the next 10 years? Like, that's still a great life. And it gives you motivation to continue to work towards something. Because one thing that people didn't prepare me for was what happens when you reach everything that you've worked so hard for. And I had to learn to get really comfortable just existing and not attaching my value to what I was making and what I was putting out there, how consistent I was able to be on social media. So time freedom for me is the ability to hop on a plane and travel across the world to make a friend's wedding or to visit a family member or a friend just on a moment's notice because I can. And I think creating those seasons and those pockets in your life where you can do that is such a blessing and such a privilege. And if I can categorize the way I started to plan out my year, I'll look at it like this, because seasons are going to happen regardless. We don't get mad at the winter coming because we know, like, depending on where you live, like, okay, it's going to get cold and the snow's going to fall. So why get mad at snow when you know it's coming? We know that the sun's going to rise in the summer. It's going to be great long summer days. It's going to be amazing. We don't dread that happening because it's just a part of life. In the same way, for entrepreneurs, there is going to be a cycle of seasons that you need to be okay with happening. You're not always going to be launching. You're not always going to be profitable. You're not always going to have high momentum, energy, or motivation to do what you're trying to do. So maybe borrow this framework that I created. So basically what I would do is in the winter season, that would be my learning season. So I would literally hide away from the world, usually be off of social media, and just dive deep into books. I'm like flying through 3 to 4 books a week, watching documentaries, and just learning a new skill. And so I'm doing this for about 3 months. That leads me into spring, which is my launching season. Because I spent winter learning and just studying, I've probably got a new skill and different inspiration to launch something different. So by the spring, I am launching and I am focusing on making my annual revenue in that spring quarter. So I am going hard. This is the time where I'm like, okay, I've caught up on rest. I have done all the hibernating possible. I am ready to launch. And that way, when it comes to summer, I am ready to live. Summer is for celebrating the successful launch. It is for traveling and experiencing this beautiful world that we're privileged to live in. And I think so often on this journey, again, of entrepreneurship, like make sure you are injecting moments of your journey where you get to celebrate everything you're working for. I don't want to wait for a certain financial goal to celebrate like making and reaching my goals. I want to celebrate that I'm on this journey and that I've chosen a path that very few can last in. So summer is for living. And then last, we have the fall season, which is for listening. Now I am listening to the feedback of my community. I am listening to the trends. I'm listening to the market. I'm going to seminars and conferences. I'm listening to the feedback of the industry. Just really getting a pulse for what's coming next and what trends I want to focus on. So again, the winter is for learning, the spring is for launching, the summer is for living, and the fall is for listening. I use these seasons to break up my year as an entrepreneur, but ultimately it creates the best type of life for me. Time freedom is my favorite aspect of entrepreneurship. And if you haven't reached the place that you're trying to get to and you don't feel excited about entrepreneurship anymore, or you're frustrated, or you just don't see that light at the end of the tunnel, just one more day, one more week, one more month, one more quarter, one more year. You owe it to yourself to continue on the path, chasing the life of your dreams, because my goodness, when you reach the other side, you'll look back and see that it was all worth it. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you all for having me. You can check me out on Instagram at Glow Graphics, GLOGRAPHICS, Glow Graphics. Thanks again. Take care.
Isn't Glow just incredible? That was such a fun episode. And I'm so glad she was the very last one to bring us home in terms of our week of gratitude and giving. So tomorrow we are announcing the grand prize winner and the 5 runner-ups. So tomorrow's the big day. All the prizes that I've been promising you. Do not miss the opportunity to enter one more time today. Or if this is the first time you've heard this, enter today because you still have a chance to win. And it's really easy to enter today. All you need to do is go over to my Instagram. I'm at Amy Porterfield. I have a post for today's episode. Go find that post. Comment below what you're most grateful for. If you've already done this once, choose something new. Let's expand our minds here. What else are you grateful for? Comment what you're grateful for, and you are instantly entered to win the grand prize. And if you don't win the grand prize, there's 5 runners up. So I'll be announcing the winners tomorrow, which is December 2nd. So make sure to check on Instagram. That's where I'll announce the winners. And I hope you're feeling full of gratitude and spreading it as well. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Online Marketing Made Easy. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Bye for now. So I was thinking about the shortest day of the year earlier. Well, technically we have the same amount of time as every other day of the year. The lack of daylight makes it feel so much shorter. I mean, I know I cannot be the only person who wants to curl up in my Barefoot Dreams blanket much earlier than I usually do to call it quits for the day. When it starts to get dark, I am done. So all this got me thinking that this is kind of the same feeling as working with disconnected tools. Our workday is the same length as always, but before we know it, we spent 3 hours manually fixing something that is supposed to be automated, and we have to wander through the data in the dark. Thankfully, HubSpot's all-in-one connected customer relationship management platform serves as a single source of truth for managing customer relationships across marketing, sales, service, and operations, meaning all of your team's data is truly automated. With multiple hubs, over 1,000 integrations, and an easy-to-use interface, HubSpot helps you spend less time managing your software and more time connecting with your customers. Plus, with a quick and easy onboarding process, your teams can get started quickly. So learn how HubSpot can help your business grow better at HubSpot.com. As marketers, we are driven to solve problems. Can I get an amen? There are problems that can be fun to solve, like finding new ways to connect with your audience and brainstorming a brilliant new ad campaign. Then there are problems that are just frustrating, like when your ad tech doesn't work like it's supposed to, and you can't measure how well your new brilliant ad campaign is actually performing. So frustrating. That's when you want to look at HubSpot CRM, or Customer Relationship Management Platform, which, if I may say so myself, is ridiculously easy to learn, use, and love. That's because it's a handcrafted, sophisticated system designed for the way marketers actually work, not a bunch of cobbled together tools that don't speak to each other. So with customizable hubs and tools that you can add or subtract as you grow, HubSpot is ready to help you squash endless problems caused by broken tech and start solving problems that help you break the internet. Ooh, so good. So learn how HubSpot can help your business grow better at HubSpot.com.